Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to another R.E.F podcast.
Wait,
as usual.
what are you doing? I'm trying to come in here and play with my cars.
I thought you guys weren't doing the R.E.F podcast.
No. First of all, this is my car. Get out of here. Get this shit out of here. Oh, I was really glad that didn't break. Anyway, yeah, Chris is gone. He's not on the podcast anymore. He's just gonna sit behind the camera for the next 3 weeks when we upload again. But in all seriousness, we haven't uploaded in 3 weeks for a lot of different reasons. But the main reason being, for sure, the fact that Angelo is an idiot and he just walks in the camera. Anyway,
That's good.
what actually we haven't uploaded is because our soccer season just started. Practice has started again. But the main reason is that we couldn't get people for the video we're trying to do, which sucked. But
We got people at the end.
it's still shit because he was half out of camera.
We'll see when we edit it, alright?
Anyway, hold on. Let me just grab something real quick. You guys want some Oreos?
Alright, so we could go into the video now.
Hold on, I just wanna do some ASMR.
Alright, go to the video.
Alright, bye guys, enjoy.
Alright guys, so basically we're gonna talk about this weekend's games. We've missed the last 2 weekends. We also
Hi guys.
we've been in the works for the last 3 weeks making a video.
It's gonna be nuts.
So yeah. That's why we haven't uploaded, right boys?
Let's do it.
Wait,
Yeah.
what was the excuse again? No, I'm just playing.
Alright, so
Vince is
first
eating
up,
broccoli,
first up,
see?
we're gonna start off, Nicholas, if you'd like to give us a little rundown of La Liga this weekend.
Barca 3-0 against Celta. Everybody thought they were gonna lose, and they just setting themselves up for failure. I think my coach said something at practice. There's 3 things every team needs: strength, technical ability, and there was one more thing, but basically Barca. And a game plan. Barca has the strength. Barca has the technical ability, but they do not have a game plan, which is why they are probably going to be the new Manchester United, I think.
Agreed.
I think they're going to go down.
Come on, shit.
Oh, Real Madrid 1-0 win. It was poor, though. It was poor performance, but it is what it is. I don't really expect much of them anymore.
Alright, can I talk about Serie A quick?
Yeah.
Bro, what
There
is
you
your
go.
job, bro? Let him finish about La Liga. Because
I thought you
a lot of
finished.
La Liga fans want to know about La Liga. That's what they...
Yeah, but we got Serie A fans, bro. Remember
Nobody.
that too.
Ref fans who are La Liga. Like-
Luis Suarez moved to Atletico. He's done more at Atletico than Barca's done this whole
Oh,
season. So
shit. Oh, shit.
Bro, Luis Suarez is a good player, bro. Watch him play. Man, nice.
Suarez, it's almost like he gained life again. It's almost like he's back. It's almost like Bale at Tottenham. Bale clapping.
He's not playing
his
for
hands.
Dead Club no more.
He's not playing for Dead. Well,
This is what happens.
yeah, this is what this has turned to. Just us bashing each other's clubs.
I'm bashing Barcelona. I'm not bashing Real Madrid. Real Madrid is nice. The only problem I have with it is Hazard. He's
Hazard.
Hazard's been.
he got injured again.
He's injured again. Injured
So
again.
Roman just saw me. So time for more Mackies. Angelo, where's Mackie?
All right, man, just take it away.
Oh,
Alright, shit.
Argentini. Okay,
Serie A.
so
Oh, did that Ronaldo goal, the header?
I know that was a good goal. Juventus.
Was it? No, it was. It
Been
was.
doing good.
Good
But
ball.
Inter Milan's been doing great.
Yeah, you know.
Can I
that's
say something?
Serie A, boy.
So, the second Conte went to Inter, again, this goes back to what I said earlier with the plan,
Conte?
the game plan. The second Conte got in and, first training session, he had a game plan. He knew the kind of football they wanted to play.
Yeah.
Possession, you can't find forward, you go back, switch, the instant implement, and that's why they're doing so well.
I could say I love that
It's
style of
Bravo.
play.
It's have a really
Yeah,
good
it's
team.
kind of, it's better than Fiorentina, 4-3 win against Fiorentina. Yo,
Listen,
easy dubs.
that was
That was a
unbelievable.
good game.
Vlahovic could have scored a goal, would have won the
Yeah,
game.
Listen to me,
And
listen to me nicely,
shot.
listen to me nicely.
Well, that's just like Frank Lampard. If we score goals, we
Why?
win.
This is why you don't rely on youngsters unless they're actually good.
Yeah, like who? Saka, Martinelli.
Yeah,
Who are you talking about? Who's actually? Wait, what'd you say? I couldn't hear you. Speak up.
What's Vlahovic's rating in FIFA, huh?
Wait, I can't hear you. Can you speak up?
76. Are you
For
fucking
FIFA
high?
21, it's like 76.
It's 68.
All right.
FIFA ratings don't matter.
Last year, I think this
Yeah,
was gonna
okay,
be like
last year.
75.
What's
76.
Saka's rating last year? 74. Martinelli, 74. What's about
FIFA ratings don't matter. FIFA ratings don't matter.
I'm not saying they matter, but look at the things. Look at the differences between players like Martinelli and Saka. How many assists did Martinelli have for Arsenal? How many goals did he have?
They play in the Premier League. Their FIFA ratings obviously
They're playing the Prem, yeah.
nobody watches Fiorentina.
Saka, out of all of them, Saka's been great this
How
year.
about Greenwood?
Greenwood?
Insane. He's a great player.
He go good, but
Yo, back on track.
They're just arguing in their own box. Look at them, bro.
Honestly, like there's so many better youngsters than Vlahovic, and even
I'm not
him,
saying he's
nobody,
the best.
Nobody hyped up Vlahovic, and it's honestly
Listen, the youngster that I'll hype up, I'll say it right now. There's three of them: Saka, Greenwood, and Mbappe.
Mbappe, at this point, Mbappe's not even considered a youngster anymore. He's just hard.
What is he, 22?
He's 21.
He's just scoring goals in the
Just
French
for that,
league. It's
you
not.
know who add in as one of the best youngsters right now? I'm thinking.
Curtis
Ansu Fati.
Oh,
But if you
think
swear-
Stop. Colin Hudson-Odoi.
Kala Hudson.
Colin Hudson-Odoi. I can't talk. But he's like a youngster, though.
What about Calvin Robinson?
I mean, if you're a Chelsea fan, I ain't saying nothing.
Oh yeah, Angelo's a Chelsea fan.
If you're a Chelsea fan, I would buy Callum Wilson for 200 million. I ain't gonna cap. He's done better than Werner. He did better than Werner did in all his Chelsea games in one game.
Yeah, true. So let me talk about Fiorentina quick. It was a great game by them, but as soon as Fiorentina scored the third goal when Chiesa scored, literally 2 minutes after that, not even a minute, 2 goals got scored. So it was a bad result, and then the game today, I don't know what happened. I was very, very disappointed. They were playing a Sampdoria side that's not that strong. And but we were missing the holding guy in the back because we play a back three. We were missing Pizzella. And we had Ceccherini, and Ceccherini played horrible the last game. Oh, and he's gonna fall asleep, right?
I'm sorry, I don't.
But Serie A has been good this year. Benevento.
He says
Serie A has been very good this year.
Oh, we're getting a call in from our next person.
Hello? You home? 5 minutes? All right. All right. Make it quick. I'll make it quick.
Let's go to the Prem.
yes,
Sadio
well,
Mane.
finally. Now you guys can click
Yeah.
back on the video.
All right. For the Premier League, the main game this weekend was Arsenal-Liverpool, in which case Liverpool did
Yeah,
win
give me 1
3-1.
second.
Well, I would argue. Your statement is the best game is Manchester City versus Leicester City, which ended in 2-5 defeat.
That was
Pep Guardiola
That was disgusting. That was so
with
weird.
a hat trick with 2 penalties, and James Maxwell had a nice goal.
honestly, there was a couple really good games this weekend for Premier League.
West Ham beat Wolves 4-0 without their manager in the stadium. That's how you know. What was the name again? I forgot. He's a very important manager.
Was it David?
David Moyes. Yeah, it's David Moyes. Aston Villa beat Fulham 3-0, which secures their relegation because Fulham is shit and they're going to get relegated.
Let's talk about James at Everton.
How much Rodriguez? He's been playing really well.
Look at Everton right now.
Everton,
first
top
time.
eight. Top eight. What the hell did I say?
This is the
What the
only,
hell did I say?
Shut your bitch ass up, boy.
Bro, that was before we saw
Carlo
like
Ancelotti has won 3 games in a row.
Chris is like,
I mean, like, look at his team compared to like a City, right? City have lost now a game, drawn a game, and won, right?
No, I think they won 2 games.
I think it's either they've won 2 games or they've drawn a game and won, but they're not in the best form in the world. So is teams like Manchester United.
They're never in form. They're
That was
consistent.
Bournemouth game,
Consistent
Liverpool,
shit.
Brighton.
What about Crystal Palace?
Obviously, VA
Zaha's amazing, bro. Someone needs to buy Zaha.
calling a lot of bullshit calls, but that's all right.
No!
And yeah, Arsenal beat Liverpool in the Carabao Cup on penalties. They're playing.
Oh, yeah, bro. What's it called? I had this thought before the Liverpool versus Arsenal game.
Don't swing at me.
All right.
Don't get beat up.
Basically, words of wisdom here. I feel like Arsenal only beat Liverpool when the game does not matter. But it could be the opposite, and Arsenal only beat Liverpool when the game matters.
I mean,
They play like 5 games each other.
this way, if Arsenal win the Carabao Cup, it's still a trophy. In
No,
all,
the Carabao Cup's the trophy. It's the Man City trophy because they win it every year. They won it for like the past 5 years. I'm not salty or nothing. I'm not gonna go on Twitter and be like, but I'll give Arsenal their props. They played 5 at the back and won. That's good. That's good. My Charger, leave it there.
we're gonna end that part off here. Next up,
What?
we have Chris.
We're
Nicholas.
not gonna talk about the 3-1 defeat with Jota scoring his first goal in like 17 minutes.
Next.
Yeah, after a handball, bud.
That was not a handball.
Next.
Quick
Bro,
before we get into that,
that was
though,
that.
the Pokal game, which was Bayern versus Dortmund, won by Bayern 3-2. I mean,
Yes.
if I had to guess a team in that game, I probably would have said Bayern Munich. Not because
Good.
they're a better team than Dortmund, just they've been in such good form.
No, they are a better team than Dortmund. I don't think Dortmund would beat them. Ever.
The password is
So yeah, but we're
eight-
about to have Chris
82?
Megaloudis come on, Mr. Vindo, if you like. put the
82?
camera down.
Nobody TikTok boys.
lowercase W. Yeah.
Are we allowed to have guns on the show? I
And
can't
then,
show
and then
that.
it's a capital N.
What is that?
You, how's it going?
What's up?
We're all good.
How you been?
What's going on, player haters?
All right, so we're gonna make this real quick. We also don't want our editor to be put through hell, but we're gonna do this quick. Chris, if you like to pop in quick, we want you to not
Shout out to the editor.
shout out to the editor. Anyway,
The big bone of it.
first question for you, Chris. Honestly, you've played for the Puerto Rico national team, for Red Bulls, a couple other teams in there. Out of all those teams, what was your favorite experience playing with them?
I think just being around, the MLS was a great experience. Being, with the Red Bulls, playing in my hometown. Not in my hometown like exactly, but for a New York team where I grew up, that was a dream of mine. And then also, I'm pretty big on my heritage. I'm pretty proud to be, first of all, an American being born here, but my parents, my dad being Greek and Puerto Rican, and my mom being Puerto Rican, I got to represent Puerto Rico for the national team. So it was that was also a good experience for me as well, because it's like it's something that you're representing more than just yourself. You're doing it for your ethnicity and your culture. So that was great.
Yep. All right, question number 2. If there was any advice you could give to any youth players, obviously being a coach for Orbandale, the player that the coach, what's some advice you can give to some of the players, some of the youth players going through the system right now?
I think the biggest thing with the youth players right now has to be the they've got to enjoy what they're doing. They've got to be passionate about what they're doing. I see a lot of kids that start off really excited about the game, and then for whatever reason, after 12 years old, they lose that excitement a little bit because maybe certain experiences have led them to be negative. And I feel like if you're passionate about something, guys, with the youth players, my best advice is nothing comes easy, in the sense where it's not just going to fall onto your lap. You may have the talent, you may not have the talent. The one thing that I think the youth player needs to understand is if you work hard, you're going to be rewarded. And if you're passionate, first and foremost, that is the key. Being passionate, excited about this stuff, because that means you're going to go home, you're going to train, you're going to work hard, you're going to watch soccer on TV. And that's important. That's really important for me. That's my advice that I would give them. Just to start off being excited, if they can, and then sticking with it, even when there's the ups and downs of it.
Yep.
That's pretty much it.
So question number was 3?
Yeah,
3. What league do you watch the most of, and what team do you support?
That's a good question. I like watching. I like watching them all. I got to be honest with you. I don't have a particular league that I enjoy watching more so than the other. If there's a good game in the French league, I'm all with it. If there's a good game in the German league, I'm excited to watch those games. I think the most exciting league right now has to be England. the EPL. I think a lot of exciting players are in that league, but taking nothing away from Spain, Spain is still a really exciting league to watch. My favorite team that I enjoy, supporting, I would have to say is you got me. I don't have a favorite team. I don't. You got me on that one. I tried to make something up, but I got to stay true to myself. Honestly, guys, I'm the type of guy that supports the team that all my friends are supporting for. I support the team that they're playing against. So if you're a Barcelona fan, I'm definitely going to be a Real Madrid fan just to mess with your head. If you're a Juventus fan, then I'm going to be an AC Milan fan. I'm one of those guys. I'm not a likable guy in that sense, but I just like watching good games. I really do. Um I like watching all the teams. I support good soccer.
Yep. So question number 4 now is, what do you think is funner or just in general better for you, playing or coaching? Because you've done both now.
Uh Again, that's a great question. It's a difficult one to answer because you know there's nothing like playing the game, right? You get
Mhm.
out there and it just takes all your problems away. Uh, you're focused on something where you know that there's a lot on the line and you're playing for something, you're competing. You're the one that's in control of that. When you're coaching, it's really kind of giving them the experiences that you have and ultimately giving that excitement to them. And they're the ones that are going to be the ones that make the stuff happen. The coach is just there to help and support and make changes when needed. But other than that, they're two really different roles that I enjoy. But I will say that there's nothing like playing the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our final question, and then we'll let Vincent and Nicholas have a little question with you. Who in your life made you want to continue throughout soccer and become a professional?
I got to be honest. My dad was very, very supportive of me as a youth player. He coached me from time to time, not all the time. He coached me from time to time, but he had a very good way with how to push me in the right way without making me feel um, just negative in a sense that even when he was criticizing parts of my game, I felt as if he was very supportive and not did it in a way where it would make me feel embarrassed or upset. So he's the one that kind of you know made me excited about the game in the first place. All we did was soccer, put on games, put on videos, whatever I enjoyed, whatever player I was into. I mean, he would be the first to go out and get that jersey or get that videotape on that player. So he's definitely the biggest role player in my career. Um, but I would say that a player that also influenced me a lot watching was I don't know if you guys are familiar with Ronaldo Brazil.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Player.
definitely the guy that made me um, just I wanted to do everything like that guy. You know, he was exciting to watch, and he had a really good just personality on that field. For me, he was the best.
Got you. And Nick, Vincent, any questions you got for Chris before he has to go?
I'm just gonna bounce off the Brazilian Ronaldo thing. Like he is a really good player. The way he dribbles around the keeper all the time, he scored like around like 90 goals around the keeper, which is really good. It's really hard to like fake out the keeper and score from that. Like he is a really good player. I like to like show my little brothers too about him too because he's a really good player. And for the back to the question about your favorite team, instead of saying your favorite team, what team do you like watching the most? Like not
Yeah.
like the
I
like
was gonna say that too, Vin. I was gonna say that.
like teams like when they like you love the way they play, like how the players connect with the chemistry, the play style. What
Yeah,
would you
look,
say?
I know I'm going to sound like a front runner here, but Bayern Munich
Bayern
this
Munich, yeah,
year.
obviously, yeah.
They're the obvious guys right now, right? But
Yeah.
I also do like the way that Inter Milan plays.
Inter
Um,
Milan, yeah, really
I
good
was
team.
I was I was I was very impressed with the final between Inter Milan and Sevilla.
Yeah, I watched that
Um,
final. It was a good final. The
it was a
bicycle
good
kick.
final. Yeah, it was a great final. I think that Arsenal is now with Arteta as the
Yeah,
coach.
yeah,
They're
he's
going to
good.
start to figure things out. And you can't forget about Liverpool. Liverpool's just they're
Liverpool, a
dominating
great team.
with a 4-3-3 system, and they dominate with those explosive players on all ends of the field, guys. You know, they enjoy playing for Klopp. I think the biggest difference with Liverpool is that those guys they really do everything for the team.
Yeah,
You got a guy like Firmino. He's one of my favorite players to watch right now.
he's so
Um,
skillful in the ball.
so skillful, but he's really just a guy that he's such a team player, right?
Yeah,
He
with
makes everybody around him better.
amazing.
So for me, if I was to kind of put a team that I enjoy watching, those are the teams: Liverpool, Bayern, and there's no secret to it. Those are the best teams right now in the world.
Yeah,
So
teams
you know,
quality.
but how could you not really enjoy what they're doing, right? It'd be like what Barcelona did back in the day.
Oh,
Everybody liked Barcelona because
amazing to
they had
watch.
Xavi, they had Iniesta,
Yeah,
types of players just made the game different, right?
yeah, they changed the game a lot.
Yeah. So I mean, I really enjoy Firmino right now. For me, I really watch him a lot, and I like what he does for his teammates and for himself.
I got one question. One question. So I'm a player and I act like a coach when I'm watching, TV and watching the professionals, right? Do you ever like coach do you ever read the game when you're watching the professionals on TV? Do you like ever critique them or like you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I think it's only natural to talk to your TV and say that this guy should go here, or you could have done this, or you could have done that. I think that's a big part of who we are as soccer people. But at the end of the day, there's that saying that it's a lot harder to do when it's actually happening than when
Oh
you're
yeah.
watching on TV.
Yeah,
So I think
I always
that
find myself yelling at the player back foot, like things that were clicked in my head since I was younger.
yeah, and it's
So
good, because at the end of the day, the game happens so quick that you could see even the players know when they make those mistakes, and they'll still make them. That just goes to show you that it is what it is. Like that's the beauty of it.
we're all
You
human.
continue learning. You're all human. The best player in the world can make the most simple mistakes sometimes.
Yep.
Oh
Don't feel bad if you yell at the TV too much.
yeah.
All right,
Thank you.
so I think that's it for now, guys. Chris, it's glad to have you.
Awesome, guys. Thank you very much. I'm glad you're doing this, and I'll continue supporting in any way I can.
Yep.
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Thank
I'll
you.
see you at the games tomorrow.
Yep.
Yep.
All
All
right.
right, guys. Have a good night.
You too.
Good night.
Yeah. And we are good, right, Chris? All right. Angela?
All right. Well, what's up, guys? Welcome back to R.E.F. So we're here today with Matt Lewis. He plays for the New York Cosmos, and he played for Fordham University in college, Swoop Park Rangers, and now he's with the New York Cosmos. So welcome, Matt. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me on. I'm excited to have our chat.
All right. All right. First question is, what league do you watch the most of, and what team do you support?
Yeah, so probably I watch the most Prem. I don't really have a team that I support specifically, but if I were to have to pick a team to support, I would probably pick Man U. I don't know. I like Pogba a lot for me. But for me, I'm a player watcher. I like watching big players play. So I don't really have a specific team that I'm diehard for. Like I like Pep Guardiola. I like watching City play. I like Mourinho, so I like watching Tottenham. So I really don't. I don't have any allegiance to anybody.
Got you. So next question is, what advice can you give to youth players who are trying to become professionals?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think anybody has specific answers, but I guess my biggest advice would be stick with it. For me, I'll just give you a quick little story about when I was coming up through the academy. When I was 14, 15, Sporting KC's academy put me on the DP squad. And at the time, I thought I was, which is a development player, which means basically you're like a reserve to the first team at your age. And so for me, I felt like that was kind of an injustice because I thought I was playing well at the time. Kind of got discouraged a little bit, strayed away from soccer for about a year and a half, did some other sports, and then came back and got back in the Sporting KC Academy and never looked back. So for me, it's just never really given up on it. There's going to be tough moments in your youth career, obviously. But it's important to, if it's something that you want to do and it's something that you think that's your calling, then stick with it. And another good piece of advice would be to play as many positions as possible, because the higher you get, the less, depending on if you're a special talent, the less freedom you have, the less choice you have on which position you're going to play. Coaches see you and they have a position for you, and that's where you'll play, and you have to adapt. So you need to be well versed. So I guess those were the two biggest things that I would advise young players.
Got you. So third question is now, what was it like signing your first professional contract?
It was really nice for me. I signed at home with with Sporting KC. So I signed a homegrown deal, and it was just really important for me because put a lot of hard work into it, a lot of uncertainty in my college years, right? Like, wasn't sure kind of which path I was going to take, if pro soccer was going to be it for me, and performed well in my late seasons in college, and it played out for me pretty well. Got to sign with my hometown club and with my family, live at home with my friends and everything. It was a really cool experience, and wouldn't really trade it.
Got you. So fourth question is, what was your most meaningful soccer moment?
That's a tough one. I've had quite a few, but potentially the most rewarding soccer moments I've had are my senior year of college at Fordham. We went on a pretty crazy, epic run as a team who really shouldn't have been where we were. We just had a good group of guys who, did what it needed to be done to win games, and it was really cool to be part of. And it was really cool looking back. It's a part of my life that I look back on fondly. And yeah, I guess that would be my big one. Obviously, there's a lot of moments in your pro career. I've only been a pro for 3 years, and I've had a number of moments where it's just like, cool to be there, playing in the 18 against Phoenix Rising in the Western Conference semifinals. My rookie season was a cool atmosphere. It's a really cool place to play, and just little things like that. You kind of remember.
Yeah. So fifth question that I just came up with now is, who was your idol as a kid?
That's a tough one because in terms of a soccer player, I didn't really have any soccer idols, I guess. I mean, as I got a little bit older, I really enjoyed watching Ibrahimovic. But in terms of just like who I looked up to as a person and stuff like that, I'd have to put my dad in there because he instilled so much, of the competitive spirit I've got, of the compassion that I've got, of the ability to work with others, all that stuff. I feel like he taught me so well at such a young age. And yeah, so for me, it has to be my dad, probably.
Mm-hmm. All right, Vincent, you have any questions?
Yeah. So, to confirm, you said you played other sports growing up. Did you say that?
Mm-hmm.
What sport was it in particular?
Yeah, so I actually growing up, baseball. Baseball was my first sport. So I played baseball religiously. I mean, I would play like 82 games a summer at the highest level of youth. And so when I got to be 12, 13, I threw out my elbow and had to make a decision on basically whether I wanted to get surgery and fix the elbow or kind of commit to soccer fully. And I didn't see a future in baseball for me. And so I just committed fully to soccer and never looked back.
So wait, is your elbow okay now?
I mean, it's really just a baseball injury, so it's fully functional. I didn't have to get surgery or anything to just live my everyday life, so I mean, if I were to try to throw a baseball right now pretty hard, it would hurt. But I could throw a baseball. It's not hindering me completely, but yeah, no, it's fine.
So it's like not just throwing a baseball. You can do other tasks, right, with your elbow.
Yeah. I golf. Yeah. Play Xbox.
all right.
All those.
Good.
Matt's good at Fortnite. We played a couple squads together, me and Matt and Kevin.
Yeah, we got some
Yeah,
good
it's
games in.
fun.
I haven't played Fortnite in quite some time though.
Yeah,
I'm on
I
the
just
Call of
been-
Duty train now.
Yeah. So I have a question, Matt. So
Mhm.
who do you like so much on the Cosmos, like assisting you, like if you score a goal, or like who's helping you as a person, as like a professional?
Yeah, so you guys got all kinds of good questions, don't you? It's like you've been doing this for a little bit. So a big personality on the team that you love having and you love him being around is Manuel Zambroni. I mean, he is an unbelievable character to have around. He's a great guy, great friend, great leader. And so, to be honest, he's one of those guys you always, when you do something well, you're always hearing from him first, or you're looking from him. So he's one for sure. And another one for me, in terms of learning, it's got to be Carlos. I mean, being able to play for a coach like Carlos, who's played my position at a very high level, playing in some very big games, it's good for me because I'm getting basically his secondhand experience and learning from it. So I'm young and can take in this information. And so for me, Carlos for sure is the guy probably I learned from the most, which is good.
Yeah. Any more for you, Frankie?
Nope. I think that's it.
Vince, any more for you?
Nah, I don't have no more questions.
So
Yeah, if you guys quickly, before we end this recording with Matt, you guys wonder where Nicholas is, he's probably out partying because Angelo called him before and he didn't answer. Well, he
partying.
answered and he said and he probably wouldn't join because there was music all over him in the background. So yeah, if you're wondering where Nicholas is, that's where he is.
Crazy.
Nicholas,
But yeah, Matt, it was great to have you.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it. It was really fun, catching up with you guys and having a chat. You guys are very good at this, by the way.
Thank you.
thank you. Yeah. So thank you guys, and we'll see you guys soon. Stop recording, right?
Okay, guys, this is Danny Sztella. Angelo, if you'd like to inform them.
Yeah, so Danny played for the Columbus Crew. He played for Racing in Spain. He played for Brescia, DC United, and now he's with the New York Cosmos, and he's the captain. Danny, thank you for coming on. Thank you so much.
What's up, guys? It's my pleasure.
All right.
All right, first question is, what league do you watch the most of, and what team do you support?
I'd have to say the Premier League and Liverpool. Ever since I was young, Gerrard was one of my favorite players, and always continue to watch Liverpool play. Tough loss last week, but we'll bounce back this weekend.
Yeah, well, we have another member on the podcast, Vincent. He's not here. He's a huge Liverpool fan.
Nice.
Thankfully, he's not here, else we'd have a fanboy.
Or we'll have Divock Origi moments.
Anyway, next question. We have Arsenal fans and whatever team he supports. He supports United, Chelsea, Brighton.
No.
What
No.
team this week, Angelo?
No,
Anyway,
Fiorentina.
second question is, what advice can you give to youth players who strive to be professionals?
I think the most important advice I think youth players should understand that's the most important in development is listening to your coaches. It's easy to play and think maybe you're the best player on the field, where at the end of the day, the coach gives you advice and it kind of goes in one ear and out the other. So, you got to make sure you listen to the coach and any advice that he gives you, and make sure you implement it into practice and work on the things that you're told to work on, because that's going to help you improve as a player and help you get to the next level.
All right. So second question now is, what was it like playing for the national team?
Listen, playing for the national team is a great honor. I played a lot through my youth career for the national team. U17s, U20s, Olympic team. Had 3 caps for the men's national team. Whenever you put on that jersey, the U.S. crest, you're representing the country. You're representing the entire country. And you want to go out there and make your country proud. So those 3 caps that I had for the men's team was a great honor. You know, my first one, I think it was against Switzerland, and then I had 2 more after that. And then unfortunately, you know, I had a knee injury where I was out for a while, and then never made it back to the men's team. But you know, it was a great honor, and you know, hopefully one day I get to see you guys put on that jersey and represent the national
Yeah, well, you might be seeing him in a coaching jersey instead.
team. Managerial role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too shabby.
Yeah. Maybe Nick in the Greek national team jersey, but other than that, should be fine. 4th question is, what was it like playing in Europe? Obviously, you played in Spain and Italy, so.
Yeah, playing in Europe, it's different than here in America. You know, it's over there, the players, the fans, it's like a religion. You know, you live, breathe, eat soccer. You know, and there's a lot more pressure on you because now, you know, there's promotion, relegation, and you want to make sure that you can stay in the division. You know, or if you're in a lower division, you want to get up to the first division. So, you know, in Italy, I was playing in Serie B, and the 2 years that I was there, we were in the playoff both times, and you know, we didn't make it to Serie A, but there's a lot more pressure. You know, you always have that pressure from the fans, the media. Where here, you know, you can be the last place team in MLS or in another league, and you know, obviously for the lower leagues, we want promotion, relegation in this country, just in order to make soccer more competitive here. You know, in MLS, you can be the last team in last place, and you know, there's no relegation, and it's okay. You just stay in the same league, and you have your job for next year. So could bring down the competitiveness a little more towards the end of the season. So
Yeah.
that's definitely the big difference. Is, you know, you're fighting for your job every day in Europe, and you're always under pressure.
Yeah, obviously it's not the same, but I had a Leeds career mode, man. In FIFA 16, I got relegated twice. It's not fun. It's not fun. I put them in the Premier League. It was probably a bad idea. I got relegated from the Prem, then got relegated from the Championship down to League One. It's not good. Not good.
That's when you just stop playing.
Yeah. I remember throwing the controller against the ground.
At least you didn't throw it at the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That almost happened with him, but thankfully he missed.
Yeah. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, anyway.
Frankie beat you, Angelo?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, this kid sucks.
No.
He plays out the back, and the second he loses the ball, he falls apart.
No, I don't. Bro, I gain possession.
You pass the ball, and he pushes everyone up. He does an offside trap, but it works.
That's so facts.
Exactly.
No,
it's
Nick,
so bad.
no.
As long as you play.
Every time I play against Angelo, he pretends like he's gonna do some possession thing. Then he loses the ball. Next thing you know, every single player is running right at you.
Yeah.
Good. High pressure. I like it.
Yeah, see?
Except then it leaves like your right side or your left side wide
Yeah,
open.
No. That's great, high pressure. But then once we get past the pressure, he doesn't know what to do. Angelo, you gotta
Yeah, I do. I bring up the keeper.
Yeah,
That's why I have, what's his name in that? Think I don't have Kepa in the goal. I would have been.
Well, you're a Chelsea fan, so you might
Yeah,
as well.
but it's better. I prefer Caballero in there instead of Kepa.
Mate, you have Mendy. What do you want about?
Mendy's good, but we'll see.
Anyway, Nick, you got any questions for Danny?
I just want to say I liked what he said about listening to your coaches, because a lot of like younger kids, because I know for myself and kids on my team think they're superstars, but they don't realize they make mistakes while they're practicing. And then you got the kids that try and, you know, learn something, and we have to yell at them because they think they're superstars. So from personal experience, I know exactly what Danny's talking about.
Yeah. So, Angelo, any questions?
Yeah. So, Danny, what was it like signing your first professional contract?
My first professional contract, you know, I signed at 16 years old. It was an amazing feeling. You know, your dream. My dream was always to play soccer professionally. You know, and during that time, you know, I was close to signing a contract in Europe, but then unfortunate events happened in my life where my father passed away, and I decided to stay in America. And still, you know, I'm signing a professional contract at 16 years old, and it was a lottery draft, so they had 1,000 balls in a machine, and they swirled it around and they picked the ball out, and Columbus was the team that I got picked to. So for me, it was an amazing feeling, and it was time for me to now go play with the men. So I knew I had to continue to work hard, listen to my coaches, do well in practice, and learn from the older guys on the team.
All right. So, Nick, if you don't have any more questions, Angela, if you have another question.
I'm thinking about a good one.
Nick?
About a good one.
Wait, I got a good one. It's going to be, what was it like lifting your first, trophy with the Cosmos in 2013?
That year was special, especially for me. That was a time where I signed with the Cosmos after being out with an injury for almost 3 years, and at the beginning I wasn't playing. I was just coming back from injury. I wasn't playing, and I got an opportunity to come into a game against North Carolina after one of our players got a red card, and I became a starter ever since. And that year is crazy because we scored so many goals in extra time to win games, to win the fall championship, and that's the only way we could have went to the finals. The NASL championship is by winning the fall. So that year was amazing. The cardiac Cosmos, and that's a year that I'll never forget.
Yeah. Obviously, we have a couple Cosmos fans, not just in the Zoom call, but who are watching this. So if you guys are Cosmos fans, don't forget, like and subscribe. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Danny is a great player and a great guy, and we've known him for 3 years now, 4 years, something like that.
5 years, 6 years, yeah.
However many years, I don't know.
Yeah.
And ever since we've known him, he's always been a really good guy and a good player. So yeah, if you guys like him, continue following him and continue following Cosmos, obviously. But that's probably gonna wrap it up for this interview, guys. So let's all say thank you. Goodbye, Danny. It was glad to have you. For a great time.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right. We'll wait for that.
Right.
Let's have a little countdown, Mr. Chris.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, guys. So we're here. First up is Jochen Graf. Angela, if you'd like to tell them all a little bit about him.
Jochen Graf just retired recently, so now he works for Highland Sports Management as a soccer agent. And in his professional career, he played for the New York Cosmos, Memphis 901, Tampa Bay Realities, Reno FC, and many European teams as well, and the Rochester Rhinos. So yeah, welcome, Jochen. Thank you, Jochen, for coming.
No problem, guys. Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
All right.
First question is, who was your idol as a kid / your inspiration?
Nice. Yeah, I had a couple. It's just like you guys. I watched everything. Back when I was same age as you guys are now. We didn't have Instagram, YouTube, all these clips to watch footy and see guys around the world. But I used to watch the Bundesliga. That was it. Me and my father, we watched spent a lot of time watching German football, and I grew up supporting Bayern Munich, and Bastian Schweinsteiger was my guy. I looked at him. When I was 13 years old, he was playing on the wing. He had a sick bleach blonde mohawk, and he was the man. He was really balling out, and you guys know the man could strike a ball. I mean, he's the football god. So yeah, no, it was definitely Schweiny, and then obviously him coming over to the States was amazing. Unfortunately, we never crossed paths on the field, but still just amazing guy that I always looked up to.
Which leads us to our next question, which is, what league do you watch the most, and what team do you support?
Yeah, so before, when I was playing, and I was just, I'd watch my buddies play. I watch MLS and USL, and watch my friends in Europe, and obviously all the big ones, watching the Prem, La Liga, Bundesliga. I just recently started watching Serie A, which obviously I know you boys are into. That wasn't as popular when I was growing up. With the tactics, and the Italian football was a little bit slower, defensive. And coming from Germany and having a German father, he's no, the Italian league is garbage. We're watching the Bundesliga. So yeah, I didn't spend a ton of time, but now I spend hours watching video. I'm watching everything from MLS down to League One, and then obviously I'm watching the big stuff, the Champions League. I'm watching the Prem, and yeah, as much as I can. It's hard, you watch a lot of footy, and then there's only so much time in a day, right? And I got other stuff going on. I got a fiance and a house and work to do, so I can't watch everything like I used to, but I'm watching all the important stuff for work, and then for my enjoyment, I'm watching the top leagues in Europe.
Yeah. So, just to remember, you support Bayern Munich for the most part, right?
There it is, boys. Little Mia San Mia for you, if that answers your question. Absolutely. No, Bayern is
No
Bayern for
way.
life. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they're a strong club right now too.
Dude, always, people always roll their eyes at me when I say I support Bayern Munich because they're like, oh, yeah. But come on, though, my family's from Aschaffenburg, small town right outside Munich. When I was playing in Germany, the first place I went after college was in Germany, and I was in the Regionalliga, the 5th division, for a couple months there, just getting my legs and getting started. And the owner of the club that I was playing for, a huge Bayern fan. This guy would drive from Aachen, which was like 6.5 hours, to Munich every weekend. He had tons of money, bought the club for fun, whatever, and he would go and stay in Munich every weekend and watch the games. And he took me the day before a game. I got to go and watch Bayern play Augsburg season finale. I think that was 2014. So yeah, no, that was incredible.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. So now our third question is, if there was one position other than your position that you play right now that you would like to play, what position would that be?
Yeah, I loved playing up front. I mean, from a young age, all I ever wanted to do was score goals. I loved the feeling, love the support that you get when you're finding the back of the net on a regular basis. So that was always my true love. I mean, if I had to say another position I play, I think the modern day outside back is an awesome position. Flying forward, you guys see what Alphonso Davies is doing for Bayern, and all these guys out wide. So probably put me at right back and watch me fly up and down the wing. Yeah.
Cough, goalkeeper.
Hey, and you know what? I was thinking goalkeeper but you have to be, a couple screws up here loose to jump in the net behind some of these guys.
Trust
the way they strike
me, you
the
get
ball,
used
right?
to it.
I'm sure.
You get used to it.
Guys, I played in goal one game back when League 2 was PDL. I was playing for Ventura County, the really, really successful PDL club, League 2 club now in California. And it was my first week with the team, my first summer with the team during college. So I'm there, I'm looking around these guys, UCLA, UC Santa Barbara. I mean, we're talking about top college players, from Europe players. My first real experience with foreign players, English, German coming over. And I'm on the bench. We're away to BYU. And our goalkeeper goes up, 8 minutes in, gets crushed, goes down, ambulance carts him off. So I'm on the bench, and I'm looking down the bench, and there's no backup goalkeeper because I don't know if you guys know Brian Rowe. So Brian Rowe was the other goalkeeper. He was still in classes at UCLA, so he was missing that game. And I just see a bunch of Jamaican guys and Latino guys under 5'5", and I'm thinking, who's going to go in goal? They look at me and they're like, all right, you're going for it. So I got talked into it. Danny Barrera, who just scored that incredible goal for Hartford last night against the Union. He came over or 2 nights ago, looked at me. He's like, you got to do it. So I went in. We ended up winning 2-1. Daniel Steris, Galaxy center back, he scored the game winner. He bailed me out. I made some saves, and we ended up winning. And then I got to play the next game, and I scored twice. 2 tap-in rebounds off of Giassi Zardes, all of his hard work, right? He's hitting goalkeeper saves off of Giassi, running through 3 guys, goalkeeper saves, 2 tap-ins. So good weekend, but I learned at that point, I was like, goalkeeper, different game, not for me. I'm going to pass.
Yeah, it is a totally different thing.
Yeah, so our next question is, what was it like signing your first professional contract?
Yeah, it was awesome, man. I think, when I was coming out of college, there were a lot of people that had opinions about my ability, my technical ability, my ability to read the game, and I was really motivated to show them that they were wrong. So I had a bad injury as a senior in college. I tore my quad muscle and ended up going over to Europe. And I signed my first contract, was in the Division 2 in Sweden, which is the 4th league. So I really starting at a low level, but got a good opportunity. And I just remember thinking like, okay, like green light, like let's get it. Just never look back.
So next up is, what advice can you give to a youth player who's striving to be a professional?
I think it's important to remember, guys, there's millions of kids all over the world that want to play at a professional level. And, compared to how many kids there are, there really aren't that many spots, right? And then as you go higher and higher and you want to play in the top leagues in the world, you can see that the spots obviously get fewer and far between. So, everybody's going to tell you that you can't do it. I mean, there's just very, very few players. I mean, you even talk to these guys that are superstars now. They had people telling them all along, you can't make it. Come on, why you? Why you? And really, you just have to have the self-belief that you can do it. Don't take no. I mean, if I would have listened to people, I would have never played. I would have never made it past college because, people don't want to see you past them, right? They would rather just see everything. It's level. He's right here next to me. He's not working. That's great. You got to put the work in, because every single day that you decide to skip out, oh man, I'm a little bit tired. I'm gonna skip training. Oh man, my ankle hurts a little bit. I'm gonna skip training. Just know there's millions of kids around the world that are waking up and getting it every single day, right? And that's your competition. So that'd probably be the biggest thing. Believe in yourself and just work yourself. Don't block out all the extra noise. That's really what it is.
So last question is, what is your most meaningful soccer moment?
I don't know. I guess it's probably changed recently, because the last game that I played in Memphis was incredible. I think that probably, there were some goals along the way. I was able to help keep the club that I was playing for 1 year in Sweden. They're in the 3rd division, and it was looking like we were going to get relegated with 4 or 5 games left, and back-to-back games I scored in stoppage time, and those points kept the club in the league. And that was pretty crazy to see the impact it has on a small city that really people have jobs. I remember going in, and the custodian that was in there every morning, she would be doing the floors and the changing rooms and stuff. She's crying because, if we got relegated, the club loses a lot of money. She doesn't have the job anymore, right? So that was a big moment. But I think even more was just the send off that I got from Memphis, the fans, the club, Tim Howard, all my teammates that day was crazy. And yeah, I'll never forget that one.
All right, boys, Mr. Mo Salah / Vindo and Nicholas, if you guys have any questions, ask away.
Hold up, I gotta go back to what he just said now. That was really that's crazy, because you really just saved the club from relegation.
Touches the heart.
Big, yeah.
Yeah, it
That was
does,
kind of
right?
inspirational right there. That was really good. And for the what's it called? For the I don't know what you said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot like what you like really said, but it's like one of the reasons why I like playing goalie is to like. Wait, never mind. I messed up.
You guys let him get away with that. You got to rag him.
Chris, you got something?
No, I remember what he said. He said how it's different. Yeah, it's a different analytical point of view. Looking out the field, you got to be crazy too. Even my coach comes up to me and he's like, "You got to have big balls to be playing with all these big guys kicking it at you."
Oh yeah,
I think it's fun.
Yeah, but that's how you're in the right spot. If you're going out and you're enjoying that, that's how you know that you're like, I was made for that.
It's a different feeling when you take down a big guy and then he's scared of you because he don't want you to clip him again.
I like that.
It's just different.
For sure. And it is a different game. You're standing back there and you're reading things. I mean, you're playing that's why the training is different, right?
Oh yeah, you gotta read the game. It's your positioning on the field. You're reading the game a lot differently.
Right.
From where to give the ball, where to yell, where to have the players give the ball, when to do this, it's a lot you're intaking at one time. So
Absolutely, and like you said, man, you got to be willing to fly into the boots when they're coming at you full speed. You got to be
oh
able
yeah.
to go down and take the hits. I've had plenty of battles with goalkeepers. Some I won, some I lost. You know, I remember one time this guy in Germany broke 3 ribs in my back. A ball was
Oh
coming,
my god.
and I turned. I was running backwards, and I wanted to flick it over him. You know, I
Oh
felt like he was probably coming. The ball was coming quick. I had the chance to kind of go like that. He came out with his knee straight into my back. 3 ribs, pop, 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 cracked right there.
Wow.
2 days, I'm in the hospital that night. Terrible. Couldn't sleep, right? I start throwing up. I got a stomach virus that my ex-girlfriend who had come to visit me had brought with her from the plane. She had a stomach virus that was like a day delayed. Played the game, broke my ribs. Later that night in the hospital, I got the stomach bug. So I'm sitting there throwing up with 3 broken ribs in my back for like 8 hours. It was pain, bro. It felt like someone stabbing you every time.
I would think that's painful.
Yeah.
When you think
Yeah.
you're done, and then you got this stupid
Yep.
bug in you.
Yep.
And
No, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Everybody speaking German. Nobody speaking English. I'm calling my dad on FaceTime, like having him talk to the people from the club and the hot. Oh man, it was. Yeah, crazy, bro. Hurts, but hey, that goalkeeper got the best of me that day.
That's why they teach us to come out with our knees up.
That's right. You got to protect yourself. That's
reason.
the name of it.
Yeah.
That's right. That's the name of the game.
All right, Vincent, Nick, anybody else got any questions?
I'm really trying to think right now. I just can't come up with nothing really good right now.
I'm gonna ask a question.
All right, Ange.
Jochen, what was the most favorite goal you scored as a professional?
Ooh, nice one. You know, like I said, those goals that helped to keep the club up were great. I think the goal that I scored away to the Rowdies when I was playing for Rochester really changed my life because, you know, I scored a goal that day. I could have scored one more maybe. Matt Pickens made a big save on me. He's the goalkeeper coach in Nashville now, but made a big save on me that day. But, you know, because of just scoring in the right game brought me to Tampa. I played for Tampa. I met my fiance. Now I live down here. We've got a house on the beach. You know, we're getting married the end of this year. And I always thank my lucky stars that I ended up signing down here because obviously, you know, who knows where I would be, right? So I think that goal was big. And, you know, going back to some of the stuff for youth players, you spend so many hours of your life working, right? You're like, for you, Nicholas, as a goalkeeper, you guys are in training sessions. You don't think about it. You just take it day by day. It's a classic saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? You're grinding day by day, and you never know when that moment's going to come that it all pays off until it's already over. And especially when you're playing at a pro level against top players, everything's happening so fast, especially when it comes to scoring goals or making a save with those instincts. You black out, it happens, and then you see the video later, and you're like, oh, shit, that's how it went, right? So, yeah, all that time that I spent you know, kind of culminates in those moments, and that can guide your life. And soccer guided my life, obviously, and I'm super lucky for it. And I'm sure you guys are passionate. I know you guys are passionate about the game, no matter what you guys do. You know, Ange, I've always told him from the second I met him, you know, you got a bright future in football, whatever you want to do, you know, and I'm sure you guys are the same.
I've got one question.
Go ahead, man. Fire away.
Different players take different things from the game. What life lessons did footy give you?
Countless, man. You know, going over to Europe after college, I played, like I said, I was in Germany for a little bit, only 2-3 months, ended up leaving, went back to Europe. I was in Sweden for a while, you know, learning what it means to be a pro along with what it means to be an adult and be able to live on your own, because there's plenty of talented players. You see it all the time. They go over to Europe. Now they're in an apartment by themselves every day. You're only you're at the facility for 5 or 6 hours. What are you going to do with the other 17, 18 hours in the day? Are you taking care of yourself the right way? Are you eating properly? Are you sleeping? You know, guys go over there, they get homesick. They're on the phone talking to their family. My family was in California. If I wanted to talk to my mom, I would be on the phone till 1 or 2 in the morning because of the time difference, right? So, you know, learning how to take care of yourself and the lessons just, they never stop coming. What it's really all about is being able to roll with the punches, right? And being able to handle things that you've never experienced before as they come at you. And, I did that as a player, and, I've taken it with me in my personal life, and it's helped me a lot.
All right.
Love it.
Well, I finally got a question.
Love it.
Who is your favorite player to play with out of like all years? Who's your favorite to play with?
Nice.
Oh,
Man,
picking
hey,
favorites.
we've got a Cosmos favorite with Ansi. I mean, even though I didn't get to play,
I love Ossie goalie. He's so
this guy is just, we call him, me and Burgos, we were calling him Godiva because his passes are like perfectly made chocolates delivered directly to you. So even though I only spent one preseason with him, I loved playing with him. I really enjoyed playing with Marcel Schaefer. He's a Bundesliga legend. Now he's the technical director, president at Wolfsburg. He did a ton for me. And playing with him was, I grew up watching him. So playing with him was a dream come true. I guess playing against, I got to play against Gael Clichy. We played against Man City. And that was Gael Clichy, especially.
I think he plays in Turkish league now.
I mean, dude, he was back when he had just joined City. Those guys, we played them in a preseason game. Balotelli was there. David Silva was there. James Milner, Liverpool legend. He's there. But I was playing right wing, and Gael Clichy was playing left back. And I remember, I'm open. Center backs are swinging the ball. It goes out to the right back. It's coming back around. I'm looking. I'm like, all right, I see Clichy. I see the ball. I see Clichy. I see the ball. All of a sudden, I look from him to the ball. Diagonal goes behind me. I look, and this freaking guy is 50 yards down the field, like lightning, like he's just gone. And I remember looking at that and being like, damn, like I'm fast, but whoa, like this guy. And he hits a first-time banger. Luckily, they called him offside because he scored. But yeah, those are some good guys to share the field with.
Yeah. All right. Since nobody else has any questions, and also we're running out of time, it's been great talking to you. And guys, let's we got one more person tonight.
Boys.
Thank you.
Hey, you guys, it was fun. Keep it going. I appreciate you guys having me on. I hope you guys have a good night. Stay out of trouble out there, okay?
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Yep. I'll talk to you guys. Ange, talk to you soon, buddy.
Thank you, Jochen.
Right. See you,
All right, yep. Anytime,
Thank
guys.
you,
See you
Jochen.
later. Yep. Bye.
All right. Yo, does he got Instagram, bro? I'm about to follow him.
Yeah, what's his Instagram?
So the first question was, what do I give youth players? What advice would I give them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, the most important things I think are, number one, being a really good person, a good character. Literally, before you even think about anything about soccer or about being successful in any sport or any business, you need to be a good character. You need to be a good teammate. You need to wake up every morning and have a really positive attitude. I think when I was doing those things, I was the most successful in my career. Doing good in school, being good to mom and dad, just all those things. Going out of your way to help other people and do the right thing. That's number one, I think, because it comes back. Whatever you do for people and whatever you do, your positive energy, it comes back and helps you in the long run. So that's number one. Number two, I watched a lot of soccer. I know people kind of, especially young players, they want the shortcut of, oh, what do you work on? What do you do? And that stuff's sort of easy. But watching soccer, watching guys in your position, watching your favorite team, watch what pros do in certain situations, because then when you get into those situations, you'll know exactly what to do. It'll just be second nature to you. And three, of course, working hard and practicing on your own. Playing with the ball, playing in pickup games, playing street soccer, doing well for their respective teams when you go to these travel teams or these really high-level teams. Just going to training every day and saying, I'm going to do the best I can do. I'm going to give the most energy I can give. And always be the best possible version of myself that I can be on the field, So those are the three things I would say. I didn't do them all the time. We're all human beings, right? So, but the more times you do those three things than not, you've got a pretty good shot at being pretty successful or, getting to a pretty high level.
Mm-hmm. All right. So second question for you, Mike, is what was it like signing your first professional contract?
Yeah, I was excited. I signed my first professional deal with Leeds United, that are now in the Premier League, and it was an awesome experience for me. I was 20 years old, so just really excited to get going and get a taste for the professional game, which I did. I got to play in the FA Cup against Manchester United and Tottenham and Liverpool, which was pretty surreal. So it was an exciting time in my life, and also obviously a very big learning curve for me too, because prior to that I was just playing college at Duke. It was definitely a higher level going to the professional leagues in England.
Yep. So third question is, what league do you watch the most of, and what team do you support?
I grew up watching Serie A, so Italian soccer, which I think taught me a lot of things about the technical and tactical side of the game, and the defensive side of the game. And then I also I loved watching the EPL. I've always been attracted to English football, the speed of it, the pace of it, the fans, the way they interact in the game. It's really special. English football is a really special thing, as probably a lot of you know. It's really fun to watch. And the Italian soccer, I think, is very informational. There's just a lot more tactical stuff going on in the Italian soccer. So those are the two sets of soccer that I watch the most of. And then now recently, obviously playing in the MLS and being a scout. I'm the head domestic scout at FC Cincinnati in the MLS. So being there, my job is to watch soccer from all over the world, but predominantly understanding our league, which is the MLS. So between MLS, English Premier League, and Serie A, those are the three leagues I watch the most.
Yep. So then, do you support any sort of teams from those leagues or anything like that?
Yeah, I sort of was a Juventus fan my whole life. I like the way they play football, but I really, if I'm being totally honest, I am a fan of the Italian teams playing in the Champions League the most, or the Italian teams representing Italy in Europe or in the Champions League. I always sort of side with them. But yeah, I grew up as a Juventus fan for sure, and really fell in love with them when they in the Champions League. I don't remember the year, but when they beat Real Madrid to go through, it was pretty awesome, and that got me kind of hooked to be a Juventus supporter.
Got you. And obviously, even this year with the underdog story of Atalanta, who almost were able to get past PSG.
Yeah, the classic Italian underdog story is my favorite, and Atalanta were right there, and they just couldn't get it done in the end, which it was heartbreaking for any American Italian or Italian that was watching it. I think, like I said, you want to see the Italian teams do well, so they were so close, like a real Cinderella story. And it was a heartbreaker, but so entertaining and so fun to watch, and there's just so much you can learn as a young player, or even someone who wants to be a coach one day, or just people who love the game. Watching Atalanta, you could really learn a lot how a team with a really low budget competes with some of the best teams in the world.
Mm-hmm. So fourth question now is, what was your most meaningful moment during soccer and just in general?
I scored the fastest goal in MLS league history, and it was a pretty big goal in terms of what it did for my team to go like higher and a higher seed and to win the Eastern Conference. So it was a big moment, a big game for us, and to score the league's fastest goal in history, and I think it still stands. That was probably one of my more special moments. Anytime I got to score in Red Bull Arena in front of my family, in front of my mom, my dad, my wife, my kids, was a really special moment. Because when I was younger in England, I was on my own for a majority of the time. So I didn't get to celebrate those goals and the success that I had there. I didn't get to celebrate that with anyone but, my good, close friends. But it's nothing like celebrating it with your family. So anytime I got to score in New York, where I'm from, in front of my close family, those were all special moments for me.
Mm-hmm. That leads us to our final question is, what was it like playing in some of the derbies that you played in? Obviously, you said you played against Manchester United with Leeds. What was that like? NYCFC versus the Red Bulls too, when you brutally thrashed them 7-0. That was good.
Yeah, I've been on the good end of some of these derbies, which is awesome. Against Manchester United, 6 months prior to that, I was playing in college and didn't even know if I was going to play professional soccer because I really wanted to and I knew I was good enough, but I had spent 3 years in college and it was sort of like a very unknown thing of who was going to make it where. So then 6 months later from that, I'm in Old Trafford. Sir Alex Ferguson's on the bench. I'm warming up with guys like Rooney and Berbatov. I think Giggs was there, Valencia, a lot of really, really, players that you only see in video games or on TV. And to be in Old Trafford, the Theater of Dreams, right? Is that the name?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the name.
Just warming up and doing all that stuff was surreal. And then there was, I think, 70 or 80,000 in attendance, and there was 10,000 Leeds fans, traveling Leeds fans, that were at points in the game louder. So if let's say there's 80,000, 10,000 of those are Leeds fans. There's points in the game where those 10,000 Leeds fans were louder than 70,000 Manchester United fans. And that to me was incredible. Like that aspect of the derby was incredible to hear those traveling fans singing louder than 70,000 people. And then after the game, we won that game. And they stuck around for an hour or two after that. So we went in, showered, or did our work or whatever we had to do. And when we got back out, they were still up in the stands, still singing. And it was just crazy. And then obviously the other big one was against NYCFC in Yankee Stadium. So I'm not a big baseball guy, so playing in Yankee Stadium is just like playing anywhere for me. But we were able to come out on top 7-0, which was also it was just a crazy moment. Two New York teams. It's probably a derby that will go on for years and years and years and years. And I knew playing in that game that it'd be a game that I would be able to look back on before the result. It'd be a game I'd be able to look back on even when I'm 70, 80 years old and say I played in, those early derby games and I was part of that 7-0 win. So, yeah, those two derbies stood out for me. Exciting times, fun times for sure.
Gotcha.
For the guys that are on the winning side. But really cool moments, surreal moments. I mean, some of the guys on the wall in the back, every shirt on the wall is is people that I played against that I idolized a lot of these players. You have like Pirlo and Drogba and Villa, Raul, Gerrard, there's De Sena and Luis Sal, Rooney. I even got Modric there because we played against Tottenham in the FA Cup.
Yep.
And Obafemi Martins. And I got my buddy Ramon Nunez, who played in the World Cup for Honduras. So, and then obviously the Higuains, the Bradley Wright Phillipses, and the Sean Wright Phillipses of the world. Got to play against all these guys. So all special moments for me.
Yep. Nicholas, Vincent, you guys can take the floor now. If you guys have any questions for Mike?
Yeah. So you play with Steven Gerrard, right?
Played against him a couple times. Played against him in England, in Liverpool.
Yeah, with Liverpool.
And then played against him with the LA Galaxy.
What year did you play Liverpool?
What year? I think it was 2009 or 10.
Yeah, that's when they were like an okay team. When
they were pretty good. They had like Carragher and Gerrard and I don't know what year it was that they won the Champions League, but it was not far from that.
2005. Yeah, it was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, so they're not the super power that they are today. I think today they're probably regarded as one of the best teams, if not top two teams.
They play some good football.
Yeah. So, but back then they were still top 10 in the world, maybe, which is pretty impressive. But played against Gerrard in England. Yeah, actually we played in Ellen Road, which is Leeds United's home stadium, and then played against him in LA Galaxy Stadium. And such a nice guy. Like you meet a lot of these guys that you idolize and watch your whole life. Some of them are not so nice. Some of them are, and it's not that they're not nice. It's some of them just think that they're even bigger than they are, or they're just not really kind. But Gerrard was like really nice guy.
He's a cool guy. I've seen interviews. He's cool.
Super class, super close. So.
Nick, if you have any questions for Mike or Vin, another one at all?
Yeah, all right. So do you know that? So I was like just checking around, and you were actually in FIFA until FIFA 19, and I think that's when you retired. You retired recently, right?
Yeah, retired in 19. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why your last card is in FIFA 19. But are you aware of like yourself in FIFA at all?
I was so before I got married and had kids, I was a big FIFA guy. My schedule was go to training in the morning, get home at 1, eat lunch, maybe take a nap, and then FIFA till bedtime. Like that was the schedule and a lot of soccer players had that schedule. So
That's kind of how my schedule is too.
What's that?
Except with school though, school's added on into there.
Yeah. But yeah, I knew that I played with myself like sometimes, not often, but it was cool. It was also another good experience.
Yeah, you've been in FIFA for quite a while. You've been in there like since FIFA 11 to like 19. Yeah.
Yeah, the stretch of my whatever since I joined in when I was 20, I stopped playing when I was about 30. So about those years I was in the game, which is pretty cool. I was never rated as high as I'd like to be, but
that's fine though. At least you're in the game. That's cool.
Yeah, no, it was pretty cool. So
yeah, that's really cool.
You get it? EA Sports in the game.
Nick, I don't want to hear what you're talking about.
Oh my god!
I'm like the corny joke guy. So
okay.
that's like my thing. No, but I want to go back to what you said earlier about watching the professional like on TV. I'm a self-taught keeper. I grew up watching Casillas and now watching more Manuel Neuer. My game style has changed because of different goalkeepers and when different goalkeepers I watch. So I kind of relate to what you said about watching the professional on TV. It's different. You analyze differently.
No, absolutely. I think I idolize guys like Baggio and Totti and Del Piero, and when I watch those guys growing up, aside from learning from them, they inspire you. They inspire you to be better than them. They inspire you to play the game the way they play the game. It's there's that aspect of it, and then obviously if you're watching them, absolutely, no question about it. No one's ever going to learn the game by saying, oh, you put your foot here and then you do this and you do that. No, if you watch it, it's very easy to emulate. It's very easy to repeat and then maybe put your own style or touch on it. But you're a goalkeeper. You watch these goalkeepers, they're the best goalkeepers in the world. So if you're doing what they're doing, you're doing pretty good, Definitely a good way to learn the game. No question.
I have a question. What was what was your most famous goal that you scored? What was your emotion about it?
Yeah, the emotion is something like you can't replicate it with anything else in life. Like I don't remember another moment that felt like scoring a goal. You just as a player, a lot of people probably don't know that it's 90% work. It's a really hard job. I mean, people are like, oh, you play soccer. Like I know it's a lot of my close friends. Hold on, Mikey, I'm on the phone. Close the door. So, okay. So, it's a lot of work and it's a hard job. I know a lot of my close friends are always like, oh, you play soccer, you got it good. It's really hard work. I mean, the traveling that you do all over the world, the work that you do on a daily basis, you're in the elements every day, you're getting hurt, you're having really high ups, you're having really bad downs where you're not playing. So it's very taxing mentally and physically. But, ultimately, what was the question again? What were we talking about?
What was the
your emotion?
Oh yeah. So ultimately, like when you get to that moment after all the work you put in and all the sacrifices you've made, and you score a goal to help your team win. Like I was always a massive team player. I always wanted to do well for my team, work for my team. But then when you can directly help them with a goal or something special to inspire them, that to me is a feeling that just comes out of you that you just can't explain. It's just pure joy, pure happiness, pure like, wow, so glad this is paying off. So yeah, it's tough to explain it in words. You just gotta sort of get there and feel it, and it's a pretty special moment.
All right. I think that's all the time we got for now, guys. If there's any other questions, quick? Anything small? Nick, Vin, anything?
No, I'm all right. Yeah.
Nick, you good too?
Yeah, I'm good.
Any more
Freaking
corny
Oreos
jokes?
barking at me.
All right, boys. Hey, listen. How long have you guys been doing this?
We've been this for about what? 3 months now? 2 months?
Yeah,
3
three.
months?
It's been longer than like 3 months, I think. I
Well,
felt like
It's been since like
We've had
June.
this idea for roughly a year now, me and Angelo. We just never really thought about doing it. And then once we actually started doing it a couple months ago, we were kind of like, "Hey, it's kind of fun. Let's keep doing this." And now it's our 10th episode, and we're starting to get, a little bit of a following.
Yeah.
it's just fun every week just talking about the sport that I love, Not because since it's like our podcast, I get to express how much I love Liverpool so much.
Yeah.
It's really bad sometimes. That's all he talks about.
Yeah.
But no, that's great, and I just want to say good luck with everything, and
Thank you.
you guys are doing a good job. This was fun tonight, so good luck in the future. And anyone I talk to, I'll try to point them in your direction.
Wait, I have like one more question. It's a very small question.
Sure.
Do you have like any record, like a Guinness World Record, like for your fastest goal, like anything, like an award? Or-
I have a I have.
Oh yes, I get to see it.
Days here. So my wife did this for me.
Whoa, is that the match ball?
That's the ball, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So my wife did that for me, but
7
that's
seconds.
about the only memorabilia that you get and you have. So
Gotcha.
That's cool.
All right, before Vin,
Fastest goal in the MLS. Fastest.
that's right. That's right. It's the fastest ever goal. So.
It's not that easy to score in 7 seconds.
No,
Like,
it's gonna be
that's
difficult.
a good achievement.
I think
That's
it's gotta be like chipped from the midfield. It's gotta be a long pass from the midfield off the
Yeah,
kickoff,
you rarely see that.
Instant off kickoff, yeah.
which can happen. So, but we'll see. But yeah, that's about the biggest claim to fame that I have.
Yeah, it's a good claim though. It's really good.
all right, that's it for now, guys. Mike,
All right.
thank you for coming on.
My pleasure, guys.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, we'll talk to you soon, my friend.
Okay, take care, guys. See ya.
Bye bye.